Hey, good morning, everyone. It's December 14th, 70 degrees outside, Houston, Texas, MD Anderson Cancer Center. Got 5 appointments today, 3 appointments tomorrow. These things have been spread all around. We finally got them compacted to where they'll work, but it's going to be a challenge. At any rate, I'm here for a follow-up. Everything is going good in our journey. Sarah Cannon has done fine. But you know what? I felt like it was important to at least be current and follow up as need be. So I'm here. I took a trolley ride to the hospital this morning from a campground that we stayed at. Rather than staying in a hotel on this trip, we brought our travel trailer. And the travel trailer and the facility which we were at has all the fine amenities that we would need to supplement this journey. I'll talk to you about that in another video. But today we're here for some follow-up. I'll tell you about it when we get done this afternoon. It's early in the morning, about 7:30. I should be done about 5. So the appointments I have today, I've got prehabilitation and physical habilitation follow-up. So the last time I did that, I had to do a bunch of exercises and walk around, squat, sit, stoop, stretch, all these different kind of things. So this is a follow-up for that. The next appointment I have is blood draw. So I have a port, and I want to talk about the port for a minute. And once I get through this other gamut of things, after the blood draw is a CT scan, and then after the CT is an MRI, and after the MRI is a follow-up with one of my doctors. I have 3 that I see down here in Houston. So when I came here in June, I had the port. I've had the port since not day 1, but maybe day 3. So I asked them, can you use my port for all these exams and blood work? And they said, no, it has to be reviewed. I said, okay. So I never got to do that, and I'm not a good stick. So it wasn't the funnest experience, nor, getting stuck is not fun anyway, but they didn't make it any funner. So before I came down here in December, I actually sent a message through my chart, which is the online deal. And I said, hey, I've got this port, I'd like to use it. Send them a copy of my port card, and what do we need to do? So one of my doctors reviewed that, and then they reviewed my CT or actually my MRI from the last trip down here. He did an evaluation of my port placement, the catheter, everything, I guess the tube, and said, okay, yeah, this will work. We can use this for all these reasons. So it makes sense now. Initially I had blood drawn and they said we can't do that. Now, after a doctor has inspected and approved, we can use the port. So yay me. So keep that in mind if you make your trip down here to MD Anderson. If you do have a port and you need to get a doctor to review your eligibility to use the port at their facility. And it's relatively easy. I don't know if you can use prior scans from another facility or provider, but they used them here based off the ones I had here in June, and they were fine. I'm going to go in here to this prehabilitation, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, so we finished up Tuesday. Today is Wednesday. Yesterday was a long day. If you're cramming 5 appointments into one day, and you know how it is at the doctor's office, sometimes you gotta wait. Sometimes they get you in early, sometimes you gotta wait. It's a long day. So I hit the trolley here at the campground at 7. I got there about 7:30. 8 o'clock I go, and my first appointment that's really scheduled at 9, they get me in. And so I finally end my day at about 5:30, 5:45 with my last appointment. And it's a holiday, so everybody's trying to get it in. Well, that's what was going on here. So I missed my shuttle ride back to the campground, so I had to do an Uber. So I did that, and I've never done an Uber before. It was a new thing, but it went well, and I was back at the campground at 6 o'clock. The biggest part of yesterday, I had a prehabilitation appointment a blood draw, CT with contrast, MRI with contrast, and visit with a colorectal surgeon. He said, your colon looks great. He said, we see everything, it's resolved. We see the scar, we see everything. He said, the question's going to lie with the liver surgeon. So I see a liver surgeon today and a colorectal oncologist today, along with another prehabilitation follow-up. But the colorectal surgeon says, let's get with the liver surgeon, see what they say. He says, a resection may not be a bad idea. He said, you have no active cancer, but as the story's been, plucking weeds out of the field is the way to go, and if there's anything left, that would be certainly a way that they could do that. So there's a lot of questions for the second day here in Houston, at least with doctor's appointments. Overall, it was a great day. I didn't get to eat until late because I had all these scans, but I can't complain. It worked pretty fluidly. Everything's reasonably close together, more than I recollect, but no complaints. So to sum up yesterday's adventures, I guess expect the unexpected. We all know that in the cancer world. You just never know what's going to happen. You never know how you may react. You never know how you may respond. You never know how these doctor's appointments are going to go. Expect the unexpected. Stay tuned for day number 2 here in Houston. And if you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you'll subscribe and take a look at the prior videos regarding MD Anderson and our camping journeys. Until next time, dream big and live for the moment.